Movement over the past year or so has been the Tea Party movement. Members were in attendance at the CPAC convention over the weekend, including John O'Hara. He was in on the Tea Party movement from its beginning and has written about it. He joins us from our Washington, D.C. studios to discuss the movement and his book, A New American Tea Party, that chronicles it. John, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
First of all, what kind of influence is the Tea Party movement having on CPAC and conservative efforts?
You know, I think folks at CPAC and the broader conservative movement are very excited to see this grassroots uprising. A lot of folks who are attending CPAC or speaking at CPAC have been talking about these ideas of limited government and fiscal responsibility for a long time, and now they're seeing it get broad traction in the American public.
Now, you write about the mainstream media's coverage of Tea Party rallies. Do you think their view of this grassroots movement has changed following recent political events?
You know, I think it really has. At first, they ignored it and wrote it off as a small thing. Then they attacked it and as if it were some fringe element or started by the Republican Party, which is, of course, both of those are false. I think they've started to realize they can't ignore this anymore.
Are Americans involved in the Tea Party movement just upset with Democrats or government and politicians in general?
It's government and politicians in general. It just so happens Democrats are in control now. But it's the idea that politicians in general aren't listening to the will of the people and looking out for the best interests of the people, and the government's getting too big and doing too much.
Now, John, you also write about a call to action. What is the one thing you hope America takes away from the new Tea Party movement and the book?
I think that more and more people are realizing that more freedom, not more government, is both the principled and practical ingredient for prosperity.
Wow. Well, John O'Hara, we thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.